Today we are looking at the topic electricity. There are certain things we need to know about this topic because it is set in every year. The first one, we need to know the sources of electricity. Where do we get electricity from? We have all generators. These ones, they give us electricity. We have dry cells. We have car batteries. And we have solar panels. These ones are the sources of electricity, where we get electricity from. We have non-sources of electricity. The non-sources of electricity, that means they don't give us any electricity. One, we have dams. Dams contain water, and water is not a source of electricity. We have torch. Torch uses dry cells, but torch itself is not a source of electricity. The other one is bulb. Bulb does not give us any electricity. It can be used to convert light energy or heat energy to light energy, but it does not give us any electricity. When we are talking about generators, we have different generators. We have the small generator, which is called a bicycle dynamo. We also have the one that uses wind, which is called wind-driven generator. The other one we have petrol generators and also diesel generators. All these are types of generators. These ones, they work the same way. They work in the same way. So in an exam, they can ask, which one works the same? These ones work the same because all of them are generators. We have dynamo, wind-driven generators, petrol generators, diesel generators. All these work the same way. When we go to dry cells and wet cells. Wet cells are the car batteries. Dry cells are the torch batteries. These two, they work in the same way. They have special chemicals which are used to produce electricity. So in an exam, they can ask, which two work the same way? The dry cells, they work the same way as wet cells. Dry cells are for the torch, and wet cells are for they are called car batteries. Those two, they work in the same way. The last source are the solar panels. This one, they depend on the solar, which means sun. So it works in the presence of sunlight. So to start by question number 6 reads, non-conductors of electricity can be used in making. Number 6, non-conductors of electricity can be used in making. Non-conductors are those that do not conduct electricity, and most of them are used as insulators. They are used as what? Insulators. So the correct answer becomes A. When we go to B, handles of cooking utensils, these ones, handles are made of non-conductors of heat. Non-conductors of heat. But insulators, we are talking about electricity. So the correct answer for number 6 becomes A. C, fuses. Fuses are used to prevent excess power, so that those things, electrical appliances, are not they are not interfered with by the excess power. Number 7, which of the following statement is true about the circuit? When you look at this arrangement here, there are two types of circuits. Types of arrangement. We have series and we have parallel. Series connection is where we have positive to negative, positive to negative. So we have positive to negative, positive to negative. Parallel, it is positive to positive, positive to positive, and negative to negative. When we have negative, and a negative terminal, these two, they will not work, and therefore the two dry cells cancel each other. So this one, the dry cells will not work. So when we look at that arrangement, for example, we have this one. We have an arrangement here. We have 4 dry cells. This one is positive. Let's say this one is negative. Then we have positive, positive, negative, negative, then negative, positive, no, negative, negative, then positive. If we have this connection, and let's say that is our bulb there. This is the bulb. It has been connected. Then you are asked, will this one light? This one will not light because of one reason. This positive and positive will cancel. Negative and negative will cancel each other. And for that reason, we don't have any dry cell here. So it will not, no, the bulb does not light. No light. Positive and positive cancel each other. The negative and negative cancels each other. So that one, that arrangement we say, the bulb will not light. In series, we have negative to positive or positive to negative. Series is the best way to connect our dry cells. This one makes the bulb to be very bright, very bright. So if you look at the arrangement which is there in number 7, which one is true? If you look at the arrangement, the bulb power uses the power from 3 cells. It is not true if you look at this, because only 1 cell is used. B, bulb uses power from 1 cell. Yes, cells are connected in series. It is not series because we've said series is positive to negative or negative to positive. But if you look at these ones, that is not the arrangement. D, cells are connected in parallel. They are not connected in parallel because if you look at the last 2, we should see negative to negative and positive to positive. The last 2 are not connected. Negative to negative, not joined. The correct answer becomes B. So number 6, the correct answer becomes A. Number 7, the correct answer becomes B. In number 8, tall buildings are fitted with sharp-pointed metals at their tops and connected to the ground. These sharp-pointed metals are called, the rods are thick. We call them the tall, sharp metals. We call them lightning arresters. Lightning arresters or lightning conductors. Lightning conductors are made of thick copper wire. They are made of thick copper wire. Lightning arresters are made of thick copper wire. Why do we need to install them in our houses? So that we can prevent the house from being struck by the lightning. So the main reason why we have lightning arresters or conductors is to protect the building against lightning. To protect the building against lightning. To protect the building against lightning. Therefore, tall buildings are fitted with the sharp pointed metals at their tops and connected to the ground. The rods are for protecting the building against lightning. The correct answer for number 8 is A. We move to number 9. In number 9, which of the following is a recommended practice to avoid being struck by lightning? We have measured to avoid being struck by lightning. 1, we should avoid leaning on the walls. Avoid sheltering under trees when it is raining. We should avoid being the tallest. Being the tallest object. When it is raining, we should also wear rubber shoes. And we should avoid carrying sharp metallic objects when it is raining. These are some of the measures we should take to prevent or to protect ourselves when we have lightning. So if we go to number 9, which of the following is recommended practice to avoid being struck by lightning? A, sheltering under a tree. That one will lead to lightning. Using an umbrella when it is in an open field. That one can lead to, because umbrellas are made of sharp metallic objects. C, sheltering while leaning on the wall. That one can also lead. D, wearing rubber shoes with thick soles. So the correct answer will be D, wearing rubber shoes with thick soles. We go to number 10. Which of the following does not produce electricity? We come back to the sources. These sources are the ones that produce electricity. So if it is not one of the sources, then it won't. Bicycle dynamos, we have looked at that. Yes, dynamos they produce. B, batteries they produce electricity, good. C, water dams they don't produce electricity. D, solar panels they produce electricity. If we look at these ones, the correct answer becomes C, because the question is which one does not produce electricity, and the correct answer becomes either the word dam or water. The dam contains water, and even water itself is just used to produce electricity, but it is not producing. So the correct answer becomes C. Water dams. Number 11. In which of the following circuits will the bulb not light? As we had said earlier, when positive is connected to positive, negative connected to negative, the bulb will not light. These two will cancel each other. Let's look at the arrangement there. We have the 4 dry cells. The dry cells are here. In the first one, we have negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive, negative, positive. This is the first arrangement. A. In B, we have negative, positive, then negative, positive. The other one, positive, negative, then negative, positive. In C, we have negative, positive, positive, negative, positive, negative, then negative. Then the last one, D, we have positive, negative, negative, positive, then positive, negative, then positive, negative. As we had said earlier, we said that whenever you see two terminals which are the same, whether positive, positive, or negative, negative, they cancel each other. In A, it will light, and this one will be the brightest. In B, positive and positive will cancel each other, even negative and negative will cancel each other. We still have one bulb remaining. This one is still remaining. So the bulb, it will still light. Although not very bright, because it is only one dry cell. If you move to C, we have positive and positive cancel each other. Then here, negative and negative cancel each other. We have remained with no dry cell. And therefore, this one, it will not light. In D, positive, negative cancels each other. Positive and positive cancels each other. We have remained with one dry cell. So it will still light, but not very bright. Let's go back to the question. The question is, which bulb will not light? The correct answer becomes C. Number 11, the correct answer becomes C. Number 12. The diagram below represents a setup that can be used to investigate good and poor conductors of electricity. Which one of the following materials, when used to connect wires at position K, would make the bulb light? For the bulb to light, we must use a good conductor of electricity. Piece of thread is not a good conductor. Piece of glass, not. Sellotape, not. The correct answer becomes razor blade, B. The correct answer becomes B. Number 13. Number 13 is directly from class 7 primary science. And the sign there, danger or hatari, means do not get near. Do not get near. So number 13, the correct answer becomes dog. Number 14. To save a person who has touched an exposed electric wire, one should, someone who has touched an electric wire. What should we do? Remember, we must protect ourselves. We should also avoid being electrocuted. When you are shocked, we say you are electrocuted. To avoid being electrocuted, what should we do? First, when we are pushing, we should use a dry wood. Why do we use a dry wood? Dry wood is a non-conductor of electricity. This one will be safe. If we pull the person from the wire, we pull using our hand, we are going to be in contact, and we are also going to be electrocuted, or we are going to have electric shock. Electric shock. C. Pour cold water on the person. When we pour water, whether cold or hot, water itself is a good conductor of electricity. Water is a conductor. And therefore, you are exposing that person to more danger. So don't pour water whether hot or cold. D. Shake the person vigorously. Shaking, you will still hold that person, and therefore, you will also be electrocuted. Now, the best way is to push the person away using dry wood. Why dry wood? Dry wood has no water, so it is a non-conductor of electricity. The correct answer for number 14 becomes A. Let's go to number 15. In number 15, which of the following pairs of materials are good conductors of electricity? Good conductors of electricity. We start with A, steel wool. Yes, it is. B, coin. No. C, pins. Yes. D, aluminium foil. Yes. We have remained with 3 answers. So which one they need good conductors? So good conductors will be aluminium foil as per the answers here. Aluminium foil and razor blade. These ones are metals. And metals are good conductor of electricity. The correct answer becomes D for number 15. Number 16. Which is a source of electricity? We have looked at sources where we get electricity from. Electromagnet is a temporary magnet. Electromagnet, it is a temporary magnet. This one is temporary magnet, which is made by passing an electric current through a soft iron rod. Bulb is not a source of electricity. Dam contains water, and water is not a source. We don't get electricity from water. The correct answer becomes dynamo, a small generator. And therefore, for number 16, the correct answer is D, dynamo. No, not D, C. Number 17. Which practices will not result in a person getting an electric shock? We only get an electric shock when we are in contact with that source of electricity. When we are in contact, or we are using something which is a good conductor of electricity, that one we are going to expose ourselves to that electric shock. So number 17, which one will not result in a person getting an electric shock? A, touching sockets with wet hands. When we touch sockets with wet hands, we know wet hands, they contain water, and therefore we are going to be electrocuted. B, putting pencils in sockets. When you put pencils in socket, remember putting, you are going to use your hand, and pencils, they have the lead. And this lead is a good conductor of electricity. We are going to be electrocuted. C, overloading the sockets. When you overload the socket will just burst, but you will not be electrocuted. You will not be shocked. Putting iron nails in sockets. When you are putting, you are going to use your hand. And iron nails are good conductors of electricity. You are going to be electrocuted. Therefore, the correct answer becomes overloading the socket. When you overload the socket, you will not be electrocuted, but what will happen, the socket will just blow. So the correct answer becomes C. Number 18. Which of the following pairs is a source of electricity? Where do we get electricity from? Whenever we see dam, is wrong, because dam is not a source. A is wrong, B is wrong. We have remained with the 2 choices, C and D. Torch is not. Torch is just used to convert. So the correct answer becomes dry cell and geothermal generator. Dry cell and geothermal generator. D. Number 19. Which is a source of electricity? Where do we get electricity from? We start by eliminating choice A. Torch is not a source of electricity. B. Dam is not. We move to C and D. Biogas plants can be used, but when they need the word source, we directly go to the solar panels. The correct answer becomes solar panels. C. Number 20. Which is a safety measure against lightning when it is raining? When we lean on the walls, we are going to be exposed to lightning. Walking in an open area, we are going to be the tallest object, and therefore we are likely to be struck. Wearing rubber shoes with thick soles. Rubber itself is a poor conductor of electricity. And for that reason, no one will be struck by lightning if he wears rubber shoes using an umbrella. The correct answer becomes wearing rubber shoes. C. 21. If you look at the diagram, this one is a simple electric circuit. In a simple electric circuit, we have dry cells, we have connecting wires, we have bulb, and we have the switch. Although switch is not very important. For an electric circuit to be complete, first we need to know what an electric circuit is. This one is just the path followed by electric current. Path followed by electric current is called an electric circuit. So that path, we must have the dry cell, which is the source of electricity. We must have the connecting wire, the bulb, and we may have the switch, which is not very important. For the electric circuit to be complete, we must use a good conductor of electricity. For example, where we have part label S, if you use something like rubber band, will it light? It will not light. Why? Rubbers are not good conductors of electricity. That's why even during lightning, people are advised to wear rubber shoes because rubbers are not good conductor of electricity. If you look at pencil, pencil has something in between. That lead is very important. It is a good conductor of electricity, and therefore that one will complete the circuit. Pencil will make the bulb to light. It will complete the circuit. Aluminum foil is a metal. It will also make the bulb to light. Steel will also make the bulb to light. The one that will not make the bulb to light and is likely to be put at point S should be a rubber band, because rubbers are not good conductors of electricity. Therefore, our number 21, the correct answer becomes D. We are moving to number 22. In number 22, during thunderstorm, pupils were observed, woman 1, sheltering under the veranda, wearing red jackets in a classroom, playing on the football pitch, lying on the ground in the classroom. All these are activities, things that we should observe during lightning. Some are true, some are not true. Like we don't wear, whichever cloth we wear will not make us or will not expose us to this lightning. Like wearing red jacket, whether it is black jacket, those ones are not true facts about lightning. When we shelter under the veranda, we are likely to be struck. Playing on the football pitch, we are going to be the tallest object in that field. And for that reason, we are going to be exposed to lightning. Lying on the ground in a classroom, that one is a way of preventing one from being struck by lightning, simply because, when you lie on the ground in the classroom, you avoid being the tallest object in that given room. For that reason, in which pair of observations are the pupils more likely to be struck by lightning? 1, when we shelter under the veranda, we are going to be the tallest objects there. 2, when we play on the football pitch, when it is raining, we are going to be the tallest objects in the field, and therefore we are likely to be struck. The correct answer becomes Roman 1 and Roman 3, sheltering under the veranda and playing on the football pitch. So number 22, the correct answer becomes A. In number 23, the following can produce electricity except, where can we get electricity from? In A, we have solar dryer. A, we have solar dryer. We have some of the solar, devices. These ones are some of the devices that use solar. that energy from the sun. We have one called solar cooker. We have solar dryer. And we have solar heater. All these are devices that use solar, and therefore they are called solar devices. So if we look at number 23, they are asking which one can produce, which one cannot produce electricity? A, solar dryer. Solar dryer is not producing. It is just an electric solar device, meaning it uses energy from the solar. It is not a source of electricity. B, biogas is a source, torch battery is a source, dynamo is a source. If you look at number 23, see, if they could have written the word torch, it could have not been correct because torch itself is not a source of electricity. But the battery from the torch is a source. And the torch battery, we said, is also called the dry cells. So the correct answer becomes A for number 23. Solar dryer, which is a solar device, but not a source of electricity. Meaning it is a device that uses solar. Number 24. Which of the following pairs consist only of sources of electricity? Where we get electricity from? As we have said, we have solar devices. Like an electric water heater is just an electric device or appliance which we use at home, but it does not give us any electricity. So B is already wrong. We are moving to C. We have an electric iron box. It is an electric appliance that uses electricity, but it is not a source of electricity. C is also wrong. We have remained with A and D. In A, wind-driven turbine and electric water heater. Electric water heater makes A to be wrong, and the correct answer becomes D. Bicycle dynamo and wind-driven turbine for number 24. Number 24, the correct answer becomes D. In number 25, in which of the following circuits below will the bulb light? The bulb only lights where we have positive connected to negative. If you look at connection A, let me draw so that I can explain. Connection A and connection B. This is the bulb. Positive, no, negative, positive, negative, positive. The dry cells are arranged in series. But there is one problem here. If you look at the bulb, this side has not been connected. So it is only connected at one point. This one will not light. It could have been lighting if this one was connected at this point, or one of them. They should not be connected to the same point. B, if you look at the drawing at B, this one is positive, negative, positive, negative. Then we have the bulb is there. In B, it will light. Because this one is they just use a wire here. You can just connect it directly to this part. Then when you come to this part, look at the bulb. The bulb is connected at this point and at this point. So this one is the same as having the dry cell like this. Then you connect it to your bulb, maybe somewhere there, where you have the bulb there. So this B is the same as this. They only use the wire to connect here. This one is positive, negative. Then positive to that point, then this one. This one, the bulb will light. If you look at C, C is almost the same as B, but there is one problem in C. Or C, we have negative to negative. There are two, negative to negative. Then we have positive, positive. Then the bulb, we have the bulb there, connection.
Yes.
If you look at this one well, you'll find that this one is not in contact. And that's the only thing that makes this one is called parallel arrangement, where negative to negative to negative. And we said when you are connecting, when it is connected, for example, negative to negative, the negative to negative will cancel each other, and therefore we don't have any dry cell there. This one will not light. The last one about the bulbs is this arrangement here. This one will not light because of this point. We don't connect the wire at this point where we have the glass. We could have connected it here. So at this point, it will not light. For that reason, the correct answer becomes boy. Boy will light. Only that they have used the wire to connect this point. And that one comes the end of our lesson today. Number 26, I don't have it here, but if I get it, I'll make you know the correct answer. These topics are very important, especially electricity. It was there last year. In 2017, each year it has been there. From 2010 up to last year, questions have been set about this topic. So it is a very important topic. Also, you should know about the sources of electricity and these arrangements. Arrangement, when you come back, we'll do together, we'll do the practical so that we know exactly why some arrangements work and some do not work. Thank you. Have a nice day.